Everybody, come on in. Come on in. It's Substack Bootcamp week. We are getting started. We're going to talk all things Substack this week, and I'm going to be geeking out with you guys. And I am just this is my favorite thing. Being together, asking questions, connecting, talking about the things that are working in my world, that are working in my clients' worlds, that are needing fine-tuning. And my hope with this conversation this week is it's going to help you expand your own inner aperture and help you think differently, not just about Substack as a platform, because, we love Substack, but it's also going to help you think differently about your brand in general as a whole in this current moment, in this reality, in this market, in this landscape, in this energetic astrological moment in time. And also in your life. And I think this is the really most important part of what I really want to hit on with you guys today. So hello, everybody. It's so good to see you, Janelle. Hi, Amber. Hi, Angie. Hi, Carla, Andy, Trace, Robin, Leah. Love you guys. Welcome, Sierra, Desiree. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm going to be doing this every day this week. So my promise to you is to keep these conversations as succinct as humanly possible and as action-oriented as well, to help you think about this and decide, really honestly, make some decisions about what you want to be doing going forward with your business, with your brand, with your marketing, with your Substack, or not. I feel like that's a really important disclaimer to put here because it's not going to be for everybody. But my sense is that if you're watching it, there's going to be some confirmations perhaps that you are craving today. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Kira. Hi, Carla. Welcome. Okay. Hi, Rosemary. All right. So first things first, today, what I really want to talk to you about is my overarching philosophy about all things marketing, all things human connection, all things business connection. And I have a little bit of a different heartbeat about this, I think, than a lot of people. Here's me at the end of the day. I genuinely, deeply care about people. It feels like I shouldn't really need to say that, but I genuinely care about people, individual people living on the planet, having a life that belongs to them. I am one of those folks who lingers, who likes to pay attention to the smallest little details about things, who notices people, I'm a poet. Okay. So that's it. I fall in love with people. I'm curious. And when I think about the work that I get to do as a business coach, the thing that is actually my favorite part is knowing you guys, is knowing the women that I have the absolute privilege of getting to walk with and support on their journeys. And I see a lot of your names and I love you guys so much. And I'm so happy that you're here. I have been working for 12 years, I've been coaching and I have been helping people build their businesses, scaling, growing, but also from the ground up, from a transition in their life, from a moment when they've realized that their life is moving them in a different direction. So the thing that's really important to note here, and this is actually going to be deeply connected to Substack, is that what differentiates you in a marketplace that a lot of people might call saturated is the finite, the little sort of whimsical things about you, the little quirky things about you. It's the way that you talk. It's the things that make you laugh. It's the things that make you awkward. It's the things that excite you. It's your style. It's how you dress. It's I have a feather in my pocket because I found this in my yard, who has a feather in their pocket? I do. It's that stuff, and that's the stuff that makes people connect to you beyond words, beyond explanation. It's the energetic stuff. Okay. So first and foremost, you have to understand that that's actually the science of attraction at the root. That's really what we're working with. We're working with attraction, resonance, magnetism, energetics, the sort of primal sensory stuff that makes us feel compelled to connect with somebody, and also makes us feel sort of repelled. And when you understand that that's underneath everything that you're doing, even if you have the best whiz-bang strategy on the market and you're doing the thing that person who's made cajillions and cajillions of dollars is telling you should do, it doesn't matter It doesn't matter if the magnet isn't turned on for the types of people that you really want to connect with, and the signal is open. Okay. So I know that you're not new here to this type of a conversation if you're watching this right now. Hi. I would actually love to know in the chat, if you wouldn't mind just typing in for me, like, what is your work? Like, what do you call yourself? And I get that that's sometimes a complicated question. So just say what you would say to somebody that isn't maybe your ideal client, that you're like just describing what you do. It doesn't have to be fancy and fluffy. It's just like, what are you? I just say I'm a business coach. Because what I know is that my ideal client sees everything else that I'm doing and they're like, oh, whoa, that's the type of business coach that I want to work with. Okay. So let's dive into this a little bit deeper. Let's get into the sort of next layer of this. This is the most important part of anything. And so when I'm working with my clients, what I really want to understand in my relationships with them is what do you do? Like, what is your special brand of brilliance? What is your special sauce, your secret sauce? Why? Like, why do you help the person that you help? Let's get to the root of what your work is really, really about. Let's get to the energetics of it. Like, why do you care about this? And so for me, I think it's helpful for me just to answer these questions. I want you to enjoy your chance to be here. I really want you to love your life. And I want you to have a front row seat for the experience of being here and human. There are so many people walking around on this planet that are half alive. And I just wrapped a retreat for all of my one-to-one coaching clients. We called it the Elevate Retreat. And we were here at the Treehouse. This is my space. And every single one of those women is fully alive. And what I want is for you to have a way of making money in your life that not only makes you great money, that supports all of your needs, but also invigorates you, exhilarates you, gives you renewal, restoration, creative exploration that makes you feel like more of yourself. And I know if you're watching this, that you've been a person who's walked the path and who's continued to like crack the pot and to grow into new categories of your own existence and your own soul knowing and your own wisdom and what you're here to do. And you want to share your gifts in bigger and bigger and bigger and in bigger ways. And the bigger part actually doesn't necessarily mean volume when we're talking about this. This is a really important point I want to make today. It means also deeper and deeper and deeper. It's about depth more so than volume. I think volume is actually a byproduct. It's a result that can happen. Sometimes it's like, it's like lightning striking the same point twice. It's like the magic, but we're not in charge of that part. And actually, that's one of my favorite things about doing this work with people. It's like helping them let go of the attachment to these metrics and these numbers that put them in a chokehold and make them unable to express themselves because they're measuring every single thing that they're doing. And instead of looking at that, they're just trying to have the clearest signal that they can possibly have. And they're sharing their magic out into the world, and they're working on their inner conflict, the parts of them that stop them from taking action, and they're finding bigger, broader ways to express it. So let me give you a quick synopsis here on what's happened for me since I started using Substack at the beginning of the year. My Substack is now, I don't know, somewhere around 600 subscribers, give or take. I think we're a little below that. I have become a Substack bestseller, which just means that you have 100 paying people. So we're like 1 in 5, 1 in 6, like almost 1 in 6 of our subscribers are part of the Signal, which is the paid membership part of Substack. And during that time frame, I've just been testing a lot of things. I've been playing with a lot of things because that's really what it's been. I haven't needed Substack to work for me. I've been delighted at the idea of it working for me. That piece is really important. I've been delighted at the idea of it working for me and working in me. And what has happened is it has become a bit of a marketing engine and a creative operating system sort of hub for me to share more of myself, my art, my writing, my work in an algorithm that actually connects with like-spirited people who are on a platform such as this, the Substack platform. Philosophically, there's lots of thoughts that I have about this that I'm not going to get into today in today's conversation. But there are some pieces, guys, that are really directly correlated to the cultural shift that is happening in humanity in this moment that we are seeing play out online, in content marketing, in places like Instagram. And I don't spend a lot of time on LinkedIn, but certainly on Instagram for sure. And I actually deleted TikTok from my phone, so I'm not on that one either. So I can't speak to that one. But definitely a lot of my people are on Instagram. And what I am seeing over there that I really want you guys to take note of, and this is actually a huge shift than I think even a year ago. I mean, truly, certainly 2 to 3 years ago. And that is that the realistic person, the real, the truth, the raw, the behind the scenes take, it's the raw, real conversation is winning over polish. Now, what do I mean by that in the context of being a coach and being somebody who is watching this live right now? This, guys, I'm going to be really bold and blunt and honest with you because I know my person. I know the women in my community so intimately that like I will be screaming this till the end of time. You could show up 10 times more than you are right now, and it still wouldn't even scratch the surface on what people really deserve to receive from you. Oh, did you feel that? That was like... You could show up 10 times more than you are right now on platforms like Substack and Instagram specifically, and you wouldn't even scratch the surface on the depths of what you have to offer that people deserve to receive. Can we get an amen for that? And just drop in the chat for me like some hearts or something if that feels real to you, because I know it is real. This is the reason why, I'm going to be honest, I hosted a retreat last week. I've had a lot going on. I was like, can I not do this Substack? Can I move this? Can I postpone it? And I was like, you are not postponing the boot camp. You need to do this because your sisters need to hear you say these things out loud. And listen, I'm going to tell you what, I'm with you. I could be showing up a lot more than I am. So I'm holding myself accountable for this, and I am showing up for this and for you because y'all are geniuses. You are like these closet geniuses who are showing up in these little tiny bits because you have all this conditioning about how you have to be perfect and how it has to be, tick all of these boxes and your hooks have to be right. And what I'm telling you right now, you guys, is that we can just close that up entirely, delete it, throw it in the bin because nobody needs that right now. Nobody wants that. What people want is raw, real, true, honest. Does not have to be perfect. Okay, we like a fair lighting, decent quality on the camera, right? Like, excuse to upgrade your phone and expense it to your business because you need the highest quality camera. I really want you guys to feel that. Exactly, Desiree. I really want you to feel that. So this shift is happening, and yet I think that we are lagging a little bit, my loves. I'm just going to be real with you. Like we're still in the circa like 2021, 23 content, and in 2026, that's not actually what's required. Now, yeah, you see people who do this, like these creators who are doing all this curated, like edited, but that's not even my highest performing stuff is the stuff where I'm talking to camera and I'm just being real. And it's the stuff I just decided to take my phone and pop it up and just say a thing because it's true. And it has a resonance and an energy in it that is so pure. And so the biggest thing we need to do here, guys, is understand that you don't honestly, I don't think you actually have a leads problem. I think you have a communication and depth connection problem. You're not giving enough to make someone feel comfortable in a moment where trust is built by actually seeing each other and actually connecting. That's where it starts to go exponential. And the beautiful thing is that you're so good at this already because most of you here are working one-to-one with people. You're working intimately with people. Yes, you're a seer, you're an oracle, you're a guide, you're a wise woman who is able to perceive things rapidly. But if there's a big gap right now and you're not actually allowing yourself to do that, that's where the breakdown is. Okay, so this is why I'm excited about Substack, because one of the things I noticed the other day was I was like, oh yeah, when I'm on notes on Substack, I don't have to show my face. I'm just sharing my words. I quite love that. And I don't mind sharing my face, whatever, it's cool. But I love that. I love being able to just put wisdom into the feed. And I love the idea that that's popping up for people to see. And I love that I can do stream of consciousness. And I love that I can sit back and I can record a live video like this, or I can upload a video that I already recorded, or I can do a series like the Homeward Diaries, which I've posted 8 entries on my Substack, and I've put those out to the world, and they're sort of like insider, intimate conversations about what it's like in this chapter in this season of my life as an almost 45-year-old mom to 2 kids, a 4-year-old she turns 13 on Saturday, okay? So she's still 12. Counting my minutes, and a wife and a forest fairy and a poet and a person who is like intensely creative and who now has a crystal harp and is doing sound healing. And I mean, I want to do so many things, and I want to be fully alive in my life. And I want to do a business that moves with my life. And I needed a platform that did that too. So here are the first questions I'm going to ask you on day 1 that are going to maybe be a little like confronting. And I'm channeling these because I didn't even write this down. Like, here's my prep. You guys, you ready? I keep it so real. Here's my prep. Here's my prep. We keep it so real. The first question is, well, A, how is it going? Like, I want to delete the word marketing from your psyche, because the second that I say that for a lot of you, you just get like blacked out, because you have this belief that marketing has to be what? Like, for those of you that are resonating with that, tell me in the chat, like, what is the thing that wigs you out about marketing that makes you get kind of bajiggity? Tell me down below. I would love to just see that with you. But I know it does. I know it does. You're like, marketing, no. She said the M word. All marketing is just connecting with people. It's just sharing. It's just expressing yourself. How I really think about it is this. Every single person that sees anything that I am creating, yeah, it has to, okay, Kristen, I'm so happy you said this. I hate marketing because it has to have a hook, a method, a this, a that, exactly. And then what happens, you glaze over. You glaze over and you just go, well, this is it for me. As my daughter sings, this is the end. Isn't that an Adele song? It feels sleazy. So here's the thing. Do you guys see this? If you are thinking that, then what's happening is you are subconsciously blocking yourself from actually connecting to people, because, and this is the most precious thing about you, you never want to do harm. You love people so much. So you would rather harm yourself, not actually promote what you're doing, what you're great at, the medicine that you bring to the world, because you're like, I don't want to hurt anybody. And you have a belief that marketing is bad and negative. And what I want you to hear me say is that's just simply not true. You've just been taught by people who do marketing in a sleazy way that marketing is sleazy. But that's not actually true. Marketing is actually generous. It is a gift. It's an invitation. It's an opportunity to connect and to serve and to be of honestly, like a high frequency, inviting people into things that they know that they actually need. Hi, Substack Bootcamp. Hello. If I did not market this, which I really kind of didn't, I was a little busy, you know, but you got here. If I didn't market it, then you wouldn't be here. It's a beautiful, generous act. And so we can just, if the word is still too triggery for you, you can just remove it and you can just start using the word like, I want to express myself. I want to share. I want to go create, because that's really what it is. Everything that we're marketing is a form of creation and connection. And that's really fun. And that's of high, high, high service. Okay. So just like feel that in yourselves for a minute. You know, that's all it is. And so then what happens is we have this idea of all these things that we need to do in order to get people to come. And then here's what happens after that. We don't get the results that we think that we should have, that the marketing people told us that we needed to have. And then we feel like a failure before we even start. But the reality is a lot of you here are going to be doing work with people in a really intimate capacity. And what I know about that is that it's a compounding effect. And when you concentrate the energy and you really focus on it and you really commit to the message and sharing it consistently because you believe in it, because it's helpful, because people need it, because you needed it, because it saved your life, and you want to give that to other people, it starts to really hit and people feel it. And the signal, right, the energetic signal, the resonance starts to reverberate and people start to get more and more of it. And what happens is what you're doing is at a different frequency. You know, I'm a business coach, poet who now does sound healing, who's deeply intuitive, who's built a one-to-one centric coaching model in my business. And my clients are with me for an average of 18 months up to 7 years at this point. It's pretty rad. And it's pretty rare when it comes to business coaches, as they say out there. Okay? So I'm modeling that for you guys as the consistency and the commitment to share the message and to multiply the amount of content you're putting out there, but coming from the place not of scarcity, guys, not from a place of scarcity because it's the right thing to do, but from a place of richness and of connection and excitement about sharing what's alive in you that people need for their life, for whatever it is that you teach and whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. Does that give you a little bit of a different energy? Does that like bolster us up and I can feel my solar plexus going all the way up my heart to my throat? And it's like, I feel like my breath is being taken away. So I can sense that you are accepting that you guys are receiving that and you're going, okay, Amber, like I can feel all the in breaths there. So let's do that together. Breathe it out. Longer on the exhale. Feel yourself root into your seat, into your feet, wherever you are right now, and just root into this. Here's the truth. There are two truths. One is you're not getting out of this thing alive. And two, you might as well leave your dent while you're here. What else are you going to do? Make your whole entire life about fighting with people about what you can or you can't have when you're the ultimate authority on you and your own life? How exhausting, right? It just gets really old. So where's Substack in all of this? So you're like, I thought we were talking about Substack and now I'm getting like a life lecture about, the finite nature of being here in the physical experience. Yeah, well, it's me. So you're never not going to get that. There's nothing that enrages me more on this planet as someone who's gone through a near-death experience, as someone who has gone through fertility to have children and adoption to have my children, to like be here, to watch like amazing people that I love so much just perpetually struggle and not decide that their life is a precious gift, that every single breath is a gift, that you get to be here, that you get to feel things, that you get to be emotional, that you get to connect with the hearts of other people, that you get to witness other people. Like nothing enrages me more than myopic existence and forgetting that that's the ultimate truth. Okay. So Substack is an opportunity for you to express your aliveness and to share more of yourself. And I will tell you, it is so much more expansive than what can happen on an Instagram or a LinkedIn or any of these platforms, simply because it's a multimedia platform that allows you to share yourself and what you're doing, not only in the sort of like, hey, here's my stuff, read it, watch it, etc., listen to it. You can also have a podcast on Substack, but it's also like, hey, come into my challenge, come into my bootcamp, come into my Signal subscribership, come into my inner circle, come in and be part of what I'm doing. Come in closer so we can really connect, so that I can see you and you can see me. And when you think about the bigger ecosystem of what you want to do in your business, there's two things for me around why this is exciting. One, I don't like a lot of confusing sort of like riddles about, I love riddles. Okay. I'm a poet. I speak in riddles, but I don't like it to be confusing about how to connect with me in my work. I just want it to be really simple. I love to be really generous. I just want to like give as much as I can. That's it. It's like my Homeward program, the Sovereign Business Sanctuary, is my annual. It's a year-long program, and I coach in there twice a month. I do hot seat coaching for every woman who wants to get coaching. It's live on Zoom. It's the freaking best. We go so deep. We're always just so moved on those calls. I teach once a month in there. My team coaches other calls. Kristen does fireside chats, and then Jamie and Kristen do a tech call. Like, we are all in on coaching the women in that community every single month, every single week of the month. Plus, I don't know, one of my clients said to me recently, there's like there's lots of trainings in there. And I just want to give. I want it to be so simple. I want you to literally just come sit by the fire and receive what is there for you and actually ask a question that is relevant to you as an individual in the exact moment that you're in on your business and your life journey. So I want it to be very simple. I don't want there to be all these rules of engagement that are like, you have to do a toe touch and then a split leap, and then you have to do 3 forward rolls, and then you have to like say the password, and then you can be part of my, it's just, no. So it's like Substack is creating a universe for people. And what's so exciting to me, and I've been testing this, I've already said this to you guys, back in March, I really had no idea what I was doing. I'm like, I'm just going to wing this. And I decided I was going to host a masterclass called the Money Codes. It's a method that I do with my clients, helping them get past their safety, security patterning and identify where that money mindset stuff is slowing them down in their marketing and their business. I taught a class on it. And then I did 5 days of audio trainings during that week that only my paid subscribers would have access to. During that challenge and that masterclass and all that ended up translating into a $50,000 launch of one-to-one clients, people joining my accelerator program, joining Homeward. It was so freaking cool. And Substack was the platform where I did that, you guys. So I'm going to talk more about that part as we go on this week. But the thesis of that, some of you guys who've been around the block for more than a minute and have been like done the Facebook group thing and have been trying to find a place to land and have been trying to figure out how to activate community and trying to like put 17 different platforms together, time out. Substack has everything. It has it all. And this is why I'm excited about it. And if you know me well enough to know, I know my friends know this. I know my intimate clients that I'm working with for a long time know me well enough. I'm a practical kind of gal. I want to keep things simple. I've been on the platform Simplero. I'm an affiliate. I've been part of this ecosystem for 11 years. So my whole business has been built on Simplero for 11 years. My 2 beloved team members have been with me for like a decade. I'm not trying to do what is simple, what works, what allows the main thing to be the main thing. And you guys, I'm just going to say it right now. Some of you are leapfrogging all over the place and acting like you're confused because you're afraid to face the reality that you allowing yourself to be seen, witnessed, heard, connected with, embraced is actually the thing that's going to create the greatest breakthrough for you in your business and in your life. And chilling out and finding a place to land and starting to put in the work to create a really robust body of work, to take what you've already done and allow that to be the foundation from which you leap from into this next chapter. That's the thing that's going to win in 2026 and beyond. Becoming a solid, foundational, like rooted version of self that people can rely on, who can come back to, who can hire, who can say, I want to be part of that thing that you're doing. This is a place for that to happen because it has everything. And I always say this when I host trainings here. What's going to happen when I end this is like 3 magical things. 1, I will get a post with the video replay in it. I will get to put some words in below. I'm going to get back to the questions before we wrap. And I can send it out in an email via Substack, which is what I'm going to do this whole week, you guys. So like, if you're a Substack subscriber, you're going to get the email for every replay this week. It's just going to be sent to your inbox. So we're going to send you reminders and all that all through Substack. How cool is that? Okay. So it's going to do all that for me. The other thing it's going to do is it's going to give me a bunch of video clips and I literally, like, I don't have to do anything. It's going to give me freaking reels that I can then download on my phone. Like, it will be in the Substack app on my phone, and I can literally post them on Instagram or wherever else I want to. And it will subsequently post it on YouTube for me live and post all of those shorts that it just made on YouTube for me without me having to lift a finger. Instagram, what have you done for me lately? It really is. It's like, and you get a clip and you get a clip and let me post that for you. And here you go. And let me send it out for you. It's so awesome. Guys, this is why I've been freaking out about this for the last 8 months, because I know how freaking overwhelmed we are and how many balls we are juggling in our businesses and our lives. So I'm going to continue to be the cheerleader about this, not because I actually care about Substack, like as a platform and all of that, though there are no ads. P.S. There are no ads. But like, I care about you. And so I want your life to be easier. And because I've been coaching you all for so long, and I know that there've been a lot of elements of resistance in the way that have made it hard for you to stay consistent. This is making that so much easier for you. Okay. So we're going to get into more of these mechanics as we go throughout the week. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking to you more specifically about one of the things Desiree said was like trying to juggle, like how do I fit this in when I have all these things? How does this work? I'm going to tell you how I'm doing that, how I'm thinking about that, where I've started with that. And I'm going to give you some suggestions and some ideas about it from a creative perspective, but also like a mechanics perspective. So that's tomorrow's day 2 here in the boot camp. And let me just give you these questions. So the first thing was, I was asking you specifically of like, how is it going? How is it going with all my marketing and what I'm doing right now? What is the creative operating system looking like? How am I feeling about it? Honest temperature reading for you. Okay. The second piece is it working? Right? Like, what's landing? I want you to get in there and look at your insights and look at some of the data. Now, the numbers can be what the numbers are, you guys. This is not an opportunity for us to criticize ourselves. It's an opportunity to look objectively at the data and ask ourselves, how is this going for me? Like, what type of content is translating? I'm looking at Laura, who's here, and we've been really looking at that for her with her Wild Awake Ranch account and with her Living Wild Awake Instagram profile, and really looking at like what's landing. It's the talking head, but then when we do the horse content, what is resonating the most with people, and also what's the most fun for you to create. To me, it's all about ease and simplicity. I just don't have time to go and edit and produce these big, beautiful pieces of art right now. It's more of like, what can I just say in real time, or put some B-roll with some text over it, or like, a carousel or something like that. So what is actually resonating? What is landing? And I want you to actually this is your homework. So bring this to tomorrow, because this will be important information for us to know and to see and to then actually make some choices from. The last thing is in terms of like, I'm just going to focus on email opens. If you already have a Substack, you can look at this, but like, what are your open rates looking like? Where are you getting the most engagement? What, if you have a podcast, what's getting the highest listenership? Notice which headlines, which titles, which subject lines are resonating the most with people. Notice which pieces you're getting responses from people. Maybe they're emailing you back. I want you to go do this inquiry, because I don't think this is something we do enough of. What I guarantee you is that there are going to be some themes that you notice. For me, it's highly, highly personal, sort of like cliffhanger vibes, where people are deeply connected to that. And then also something that's like, people are into Substack right now. So something that's like hyper specific about something that I'm teaching. Those are the two trends of things that are really like popping the most for me right now in terms of content. So I want you to get an inquiry with yourself about that. And we're going to take that data and we're going to bring it back into tomorrow's conversation to like see what we learn. If there was ever a time to use AI, you could take some screenshots of some of these data points and put it into Claude and ask it for a bit of an analysis to give you feedback, noticing the trends. If that's not one of your great strengths, you can use the robot for that. Yeah. So that's where I'm going to pause us today. We're going to continue to be shot out of a cannon this week. I'm going to bring high energy to every one of these conversations. We're going to move the needle. If you're listening to this and you're like, I was already sort of like right at the edge and really interested in Substack, and I want to learn how to build this thing out, The membership that I have here in Substack, which is $88 a year. So I've just set it like that so that you get it for the whole year at $88. Has trainings already populated, already on my feed, already there waiting for you. Actually, I'll show you on my screen real quick. Let me go to my page. Hold on. Homeward. Hold on. You're going to see my video. Okay. So it's already here in the Substack Signal membership. So when you click on this part of it, you can get all of these trainings that are the membership only trainings teaching you how to build your creative operating system, how to look at your content pillars, and just like the method that I'm teaching on Substack. So if that's something that you're like super into and you're like, I just want to grow this thing now, I don't want to wait till we get to the end of the week. That's the thing that I'm inviting you into, is looking at the Signal, which is my Substack membership, and then going through those trainings, going through the workbook, and developing your website, developing out your paid content, understanding how you're going to set up your pillars and how you're going to approach content creation. So that's that for today. Okay. If you guys have questions, pop them in the comments at the bottom of the post when it's up, and I will speak to them. It will be actually helpful for me to see any questions that pop up, because then I can bring them to the remaining 4 days of the week. I will be live again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time, where we're going to look at some of that data. We're going to talk about where it fits for you and your brand ecosystem, things that you might want to test, some best practices that I've learned along the way, and keep you rocking and rolling. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I appreciate you. And let's keep on expanding. And I think the last little thing I want to just bring home is that 10x piece. You could be showing up, my loves, 10 times more than you are right now. And I know that really hit for a lot of you that have been watching this. It's like, yeah. And the thing is in 2026, the way that we do that, you guys, if we can't do it in person, is online, is with online content. Yeah. What if your hangup isn't visibility, but it's creativity? We're going to be talking about that too, Kristen. So thank you for feeding that. And I will make sure that that's part of day 3, which I'm going to talk about how I post, what my process looks like, how I think about what I'm posting. I record a podcast every week. I absolutely put up a minimum of 1 Substack post a week and send emails out to the community every week. And I post on Instagram. So there's just I'm creating a lot, and I'm going to share some of my behind the scenes process about that on day 3 during the bootcamp. Okay. Love you all so much. I will see you back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, and keep the questions coming. I appreciate you all so much, and I hope you have the best day, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.